This is Francesca Conti from the Trail Runner Ultra Racer Champion, and I will be talking about the section between Reed's Gap and White Rock Junction. Here is Eric Grossman. Eric Grossman is a local runner, a great local runner, and he's now running on the Blue Ridge Parkway, leaving the Reed's Gap aid station toward the White Rock aid station. Here's Matt Flaherty looking behind him, who's following him. Matt is also headed toward the White Rock aid station. Here's Jonathan Basham. Jonathan Basham recently moved to Oregon and is originally from Virginia. Here is the duo, Jeff Rose and Michael Wardian, the super trail runner and the super road runner, and it looks like the trail hasn't gotten Jeff ahead yet. It looks like Michael has been able to stay right with him on the trail section, and now the more road section is coming up. We'll see who gets in the lead. Looks like they're chatting, very relaxed. Here's Scott Gall. Scott has been in the lead for a long time, but now Dave Mackey has taken the lead. So it looks like Scott is chasing him. Scott was the winner of the King of the Mountain Award, getting first to the Wintergreen Summit aid station. Here's Dave Mackey. Looks like he's going for a little jog, very relaxed. He's just talking into the camera, not even working hard. Great pace. He looks happy, so I think he's in great shape. Dave Mackey just got first to the Whetstone Ridge aid station a little while ago, so we'll have that footage up later today. The section between Reed's Gap and the White Rock aid station is about 4.8 miles. It's crew accessible on both of them. Here's again Jeff Rose and Michael Wardian. Here's again Jeff Rose and Michael Wardian with Matt Flaherty right in front of him. Looks like Matt is trying to pull away, and it looks like he did pull away a little bit, getting closer to the aid station. The Blue Ridge Parkway is actually a national park, and it's a beautiful place to run. Here's Scott Gall trying to make up some time on Dave Mackey. Looks like he's running uphill right now. And here's Jeff Rose and Michael Wardian running downhill. Here is now Dave Mackey and Scott Gall. So Scott Gall made up that time on Dave Mackey, and they have gotten together into the White Rock aid station. Here is the White Rock aid station. There you just saw Scott McCroubry helping out the duo, and now they're heading toward Sharanda Lake on the White Rock Trail. So now they're leaving pavement and going onto single track trail again. It'll be about 3 miles between this aid station and Sharanda Lake, the next aid station. Here is Matt Flaherty pulling into the White Rock aid station and apparently skipping the whole thing and going right on the trail. Here's the trio, Michael Wardian, Jeff Rose, and Eric Grossman, who caught up to Jeff and Michael. It looks like Jeff and Michael are taking a little bit easier, which I think will be really great for the later sections of the race. Here is the White Rock Trail heading to Sharanda Lake, a beautiful single track trail. It will now be 7.3 miles of single track for these guys. They're going to run around the Sharanda Lake area, which we'll show in the next section of footage. It's slightly downhill all the way to Sharanda Lake. They're going to run around the lake, which is fairly flat, and then they're going to climb all the way to the Bald Mountain aid station, which is about a 3.5 mile climb. We'll see you in the next part of the footage, which will be the Sharanda Lake Recreation Area section.